And we are live. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapping, and turned on. I'm your host, Letitia Yolfo. If you guys have not already joined the fam, please make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button and click the bell right next to it. Ding, that way you guys are notified every time I go live. What's up, guys? So I wanted to hop in. Something came to me in my dreams last night. So we need to talk about this Mercury in Libra. I know that Mercury has short spans of when each individual sign, it goes in each individual sign. So I believe Mercury will be into Libra until the 13th. So we still have some time. At the time you're watching this video, it's October 5th. I thought I'd just really tap in because there's a lot of mental illness. People are stressing out, and Mercury being the planet of communication and our thoughts and thinking processes is just definitely something that needs to be spoken about. A lot of people nowadays are just in survival mode of 2024. And now that we have the sun in Libra, we have Mercury in Libra. Not only that, we have the dark energy, dark feminine energy of Lilith in the sign of Libra as well. It's also solar eclipse season. We have tons of solar flares. I don't know if you heard, we had an X9 solar flare. So that was a huge surge of energy pushing through all of us. So what I'm going to do today is just give you a little synopsis. It's going to be a quick rundown. If we have time, I'll definitely do an all signs spread. But if you know your rising sign, I'll let you know what house is hitting for you right now. You should already know this through my other videos if you've watched. If not, welcome in. Have your natal chart. If you know your rising sign, I'm going to tell you what's being highlighted for you at this time. Okay. And also how to alchemize the energy. All right. Because we don't want to fight this energy, because if you fight it, you're not going to get through it. So let's all get through this together. I'm going to do timestamps after the live video that we guys can refer back to specific period. You guys can have your notepad, jot some notes if you need to, grab some tea, grab some coffee, whatever you need to do, and let's pull up the charts. Let's pull it up, guys. So how's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? What is new? What's transpired in your world? Hopefully everybody is well. Like I said, this energy is not easy to deal with. A lot of endings and new beginnings, transformational periods, spiritual awakenings. Things are being rocked from left to right, whether this is in the world on a global standpoint or personally for you. So you're not going through anything alone. It's just maybe some people aren't voicing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's get right into it. Mercury in Libra. So right now we have Mercury 16 degrees in the sign of Libra. Okay, this is a smooth talk energy, no lies. Okay, so when Mercury's vibing in Libra right now, everybody's word gets a little bit more sugar coated, possibly. Okay, especially because we did have that grand trine. Well, we still kind of do grand water trine, which is helping. Okay, but when Mercury's in Libra, since it's ruled by Venus, right? It's kind of like people are trying to be a little bit diplomatic, even if they have something to say. Okay, so it's all about finding balance in our conversations, you guys. Oh, let me pull up the comments. You guys, it's 100 degrees already right now, and it's only almost about to be 12 o'clock. This is crazy. Okay, so it's all about finding balance. So if you notice people, leaning towards playing fair in discussions, trying to find or seek justice, this can definitely lead to some deep connections if you are willing to work through. When I say work through, meaning you're willing to hear something about yourself and the other person is also willing to hear something about themselves as well, okay? And have a constructive conversation. Sometimes responses aren't even needed. You just soak it all in, take it up, and you keep on walking, right? You keep going with life. So think of it like everyone trying to keep the peace at the party. No one's trying to have any confrontations, but something I would say, or sometimes I feel as if with this energy, people can avoid, the hard truths because they don't want to rock the boat. But sometimes it is necessary, and it will be necessary. Okay. Now, I want you to be aware, like I said, we are still in Libra season. So your Libra house is like huge right now. Okay. With this stellium that's playing out, And we literally just had the new moon in Libra, so whatever new seeds that you've been trying to plant as well. So with the sun here, you're getting a double dose of that Libra charm. You know, Libra season technically is all about relationships. It could even be money as well. But relationships are front and center right now. Everyone's feeling the need to link up, to vibe with people, to hang out, to find harmony together. It's just that energy that everyone could be feeling. It's that energy to wanting things to look good, to feel like you have some type of balance in certain areas of life. So this is definitely highlighted. So aesthetics of things, you know, just wanting to be heard. I would say reciprocity is going to be what people are going to be looking for during this time. So, however, you know, watch out because some people might not be keeping it real with themselves and some people are. Okay. Libra doesn't like conflict. Okay. So sometimes people will gloss over the tough stuff and then that kind of builds up. So I would say try and be as honest and real with yourself. That way it's easier to converse with someone else. Okay. Now let's talk about Lilith and Libra. I've talked about this a few other videos. I'm giving you little gems and jewels I've been dropping here and there, but I did want to dive in just a little bit. So this is the wild card. Okay, this is where people feel like, man, I just, you know, checking in with people or just viewing social media. Like some people are just surviving, some people are just in their head. Depression can start seeking in, just overthinking, overanalyzing, and just really going in, especially when it comes to relationships, friendships, business ships, situationships, side piece ships, whatever ship you're sailing. Lilith is what's bringing out, so you have the sweetness over here, and then you have the rawness with Lilith here. It's that unapologetic energy, okay? So when she's in Libra, she's saying, oh, let's forget pretending. Let's stop sugarcoating. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush, you know? Let's go deep. Let's go there. Let me say what I need to say. Let's get it out there. Let's start transforming and let's do it. Whether it hurts you or not, that's the Lilith energy that's playing out. So for example, if you've had conversations to where maybe someone was smoothing things over, finally something again happened and they didn't smooth it over, they didn't butter the biscuit, they literally let you have it, okay? So that's Lilith. And they're unapologetic about it. They're like, you know what? You're not listening on this way, you know, so I'm gonna have to twist it this way. Maybe you'll listen to me. Okay, that's that Lilith in Libra energy. So there's an urge to really tear down masks, facades, representatives. They're all thrown out the window. Okay, so with that Lilith energy, especially if you're a person that is very passive aggressive, or you're just very introvert or quiet, or you don't really speak your piece, Lilith in Libra right now with this Libra stellium, sun, and the moon was just there, Mercury being there, the planet of communication. It's helping you to kind of let it all out and be the opposite of what you normally would do. Now, so this is going to be a catalyst for lots of change, okay? A catalyst for you to really observe self, your behavior, your own actions, and also other people that are around you, okay? So this is a real urge. No more pretty facades anymore. This is pushing realness in relationships. This is pushing you to see the value in your friendships. This is pushing you to really notice who's been there for you, who's rocking with you, and who's not. The fake and the phonies are just, they're gone, okay? It's like something unveiling within all of your ships, even business partnerships. You're going in business with people, they start to show you their true colors based on what you say or how you react and respond. Okay, so I would say it's that don't fake it, just keep it cute. Okay, now on a positive note, this can actually help many ships that you're sailing. If you feel like, oh, I don't know what to do, break up to make up, whatever it is, with whatever ship you're sailing, this is actually allowing you to either you're going to work on those things, right? It can help you break out of those toxic cycles and toxic patterns that you probably subconsciously just kept, you know, you kept letting it happen, right? So breaking those patterns were, especially things that you've been concerned about, or too concerned, putting time and energy into things that you shouldn't have, and then that created another circumstance for you, living in the past instead of in the present. So I feel like this is going to help a lot of people. And instead of making people comfortable at your own expense, you're actually going to see that, you know what, let me just back off a little bit. I'm going to make you uncomfortable because this is what I've been feeling. This is what's built up. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, Lilith and Libra, and get it out there and then see what happens and transforms from there. What is going to transpire? Either you're going to still keep going with that ship or you're going to sail the ship. It's literally that simple. I mean, click the like button if you get it. So the challenge here, okay, pretty much the challenge is, like I said, Libra's desire to be harmonious and have justice and everything look good on the outside and just desire all of the good, yummy things, right? It clashes with Lilith energy because it's very rebellious, right? So the challenge here is going against that superficial energy. No more surface level, superficial, fake and phony. You can kind of see this play out instead of talking about self right now. On a global standpoint, you see how everyone was putting on this front and facade and who they, appear to be. But look at the background of everything that's being revealed. You can check this out through Instagram and TikTok. Baby oil, Diddy, like, do I need to say anymore? So this can really bring out, like I said, the passive aggressive vibes are just going to be out the door. Things are being exposed, okay? And, where you personally have been faking the funk just to keep things smooth, that's going to go out the window. So let's talk about kind of what to watch out for while Mercury's still chilling here in the sign of Libra with the stellium that's happening, that's being highlighted. So there's going to be a passive aggression that will occur, meaning people might try to really avoid straight up conflict, okay? But it'll come out sideways. It might be snarky. It might be like snarky comments, ghosting, like not really saying what's on your mind, trying to manipulate people through being charming. You probably notice people-pleasing energy. It's a Libra trait with the stellium that's playing out. Like I said, Libra loves to keep the peace and make everybody happy, but plays both sides of the pendulum here. So be careful not bending over backwards for others and ignore your own needs, okay? Don't do that. We do have surface level conversations that could arise as well, you guys. It might feel easier to kind of skate over real issues that are occurring right now because you're like, oh, I'm tired of being in this, or I'm tired of going through something, or I'm tired of this transformation, I'm tired of change and all these crazy things, right? Yeah, you could be tired of it, but the work needs to be done because how many years have we suppressed how we truly feel or what's going on? So if you notice yourself, you used to suppress a lot subconsciously, now it's like, boom, it's coming out. You're like, oh, it kind of felt good. It kind of feels like a release. So the surface level conversations may feel easier, but with that Lilith energy, Lilith right now is in 10 degrees Libra. Lilith is going to call it out. Okay. Lilith's going to call out the bullshit. So this is a time where people might snap because they've been faking it for so long. They can't even keep up with it anymore. It's like, you know what? Okay. This is me. Take it or leave it. Love me or hate me. What are you going to do? Like choose a side kind of an energy because it's a scale, right? Or work with me through this or just keep it pushing. So you may feel like, you know what? Okay, I fuck with him. I don't fuck with him. Oh, I fuck with him. Oh, you cool. You cool. Oh, okay. Nah. And then, you know what I mean? It's like you're starting to see how you can deal with each ship that's sailing in your ocean right now. Okay, in your bubble. So let's kind of go there with the positive because, I always have to tell you both. So like I said, all in all, this will be, Mercury 16 degrees right now. So we're all still in the middle of everything right now. So you could be working through these things currently right now. So smooth communication can occur. Like, for example, if you have something to say, you two or you three or four or five, whatever, can actually have an adult conversation. Everyone get everything out there, maybe even come up with a solution or change somebody's perspective, or just someone coming to a common ground. It's like an energy where we can agree to disagree. Boom, moving on. Okay, so that's the energy with the Mercury energy, along with the sun being there in Libra at the same time. Okay, so it's really a perfect time to resolve any conflicts right now that you may have in a peaceful way. You'll have peace, period. Like, you will. It might be a little uncomfortable getting it out, and but it's worth it, trust me. People are in the mood to listen right now. People are in the mood to compensate. People are in the mood to find some type of common ground so that everyone can be copacetic and either work together, be together, live together, make moves together, whatever it is. Okay, that's where the relationship harmony is going to come in with all this Libra energy, because Libra does rule partnerships, right? So there's an opportunity here for everybody to really deepen connections with other people during this time, romantically or otherwise. It's a vibe of teamwork, like trying to make a dream work, trying to see how this can really work. Everyone wants to, like puzzle pieces. If you put blood, sweat, and tears into something, you kind of just don't want to let it go. You were like, you know what? Let me see if this is workable. So it's all about really finding people's strengths, okay? Also, you'll notice weaknesses. So why, for example, if you're working with someone, they suck at, I don't know, doing computer work, why would you put them there? Find out where their strength is at and put them over there. If they're better at sales and communicating with people and schmoozing the guests that are coming in, versus doing something at a desk, right? So finding the strengths is definitely going to be important. Hey, what's up, Purple Magic? I am feeling like out of breath, like I have so much to say, but I'm trying to say it so quick because I don't have a lot of time because I gotta go soon. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. So where was I at? Yes, so people are willing to work it out. It's just, are you willing to work it out as well? If you literally are 1 foot in and 1 foot out in any ship you're sailing right now, it's not going to work. Okay, there's no more testing anymore. It's just, you're in it or you're not. Okay, and you'll start to see that in all connections right now. Okay, so being authentic, I would say, like being, how do I say it? Authenticity with a little bit of elegance in it is definitely going to really be the name of the game here, okay? Remember, Lilith has that raw energy that can help you stay true, stay honest, keep it real, keep it a whole buck, keep it 1,000, okay? And true to yourself without losing who you are in the process of trying to work out a situation with someone else, whatever ship that may be, okay? So you can speak your truth, but also keep it classy, okay? There's no need to punch, like, treat people like punching bags or, make them feel less than or inferior. It's all about keeping it classy. Try to be very tasteful with your words, because when you say things right now, you can't take them back. Okay, so that's forever, but it's more prominent right now. So yeah, let's kind of go into rising signs. That way you kind of know what to focus on while Mercury's still chilling here for a while. In the sign of Libra, okay, along with the sun that's still in Libra, and also that dark feminine energy of Lilith, okay? I'm going to tell you what houses to look out for your rising sign. So this is how you can really ride the wave versus fighting it and getting caught in the underflow, and then you create more negative situations that you have to deal with later. Okay, so this is preparing you. Some of you guys have already kind of like, gotten a mix of stuff. I know I have. Let's keep it a whole buck. But I'm like, I need to do this video because somebody may need the message. So let's go and talk about it. Libra rising here. So Aries rising, this is going to be in your 7th house. Psh, ding, ding, ding. Okay, so your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So this is hitting that zone really hard for you. Whether this is romantic, business, even close friendships and things of that nature, it's really time to evaluate how balanced these connections are. So to work with this energy, you got to have real talks with people, number one. You got to be honest about what you need, number two, but in the Libra smooth way. Okay. And then so that way you're keeping it fair on both sides. But let that Lilith energy come in and push you to get really raw about, you know, how you want things to flow, like the dynamics of everything without blowing up, okay, without blowing the spot or burning any bridges. Okay, because if you fight this, you're going to start feeling disconnected, isolated, lonely. You're always going to be compromising, playing passive aggressive, say that 10 times fast, which can lead to so many outbursts. You have no idea. You might be pushing too hard, or you might even become selfish, and you could have people like bouncing in and out of your life real quick. Okay. Taurus rising. So this is chilling in your 6th house. So your 6th house, this is all about acts of service. You know, this is like, it's a work house, I would say. Acts of service, pretty much. Your health, your routine, your daily living activities. Okay. So when Libra energy is hitting this house right now for you, it's highlighting, this is, you've probably already been feeling it, like your work routines and things of that nature. You're being asked to balance all of that, spending time with yourself and taking care of yourself while still being responsible and doing your adulting, right? So how do you work with this energy? You have to reassess your work-life balance, okay, and your daily habits. Grateful for your time. Oh, thank you. You have to use that Mercury Libra charm, right, to smooth things out at work. You know, you have to see these people every single day. You got to really butter the biscuit there just a little bit, because you got to see them every day. You ain't got to hang out with them after work. You ain't got to go home with them and sleep with them, right? But you do have to deal with these people. So try to find some common ground. Now, use a little bit of that Lilith energy that's going to help you find out where you've been overworking or overextending yourself and saying, nah, we're not doing that anymore. It's kind of like putting your foot down, right? So if you fight this energy, you're going to be ignoring the call to find balance. You're going to be stressed out at work. And then when you get home, you're still going to be talking about work. You're going to talk about work to friends and family and your lover. You're going to dream about it. You're going to dread waking up the next morning to even go to work, right? So you might end up getting sick when you do this. Remember, the 6th house can bring on ailments because it has to do with health. This is a Virgo house. So you might feel like a slave to your own routines, which doesn't feel good. And then you start to build resentment. And then you don't even honor yourself or your own limits on what you can deal with. Okay. So peep game on that. 5th house is our Gemini rising, is 5th house. Okay. So this is a fun house. This is a creative house. This can be a romantic house as well. So while Libra's lighting up your fun house and having tons of fun with all the aesthetics and things, romance, creative expression, all things can occur, having a good time, you know, you might feel the urge to have a little bit more joy and pleasure here. So to work with this energy while the stellium is playing here, make sure you're doing activities that are not just passion projects, but just actual activities to move your body and move you around, move the energy within you to do things, okay? To express yourself in a creative way, okay? Because you got to use that Lilith energy to encourage you to be bold and to really set the tone with, if you even do have a passion project or something that you are creating, like let it come to the light. When it comes to romantic partnerships, date around, you know, flirt a little bit, do something you've never done before. Just let everything flow in a creative way. That will allow you to stay in the present. If you fight this, you're not going to make time for any fun. So you can see if you're fighting something or not. This is why I'm doing it this way. You're going to suppress your creative voice. Like, let's say, for example, you have an idea at work, or you have an idea amongst friends, or you have an idea with family or lovers, and they shut you down or they don't listen to you. It's like your voice is not heard. That means you're fighting it. You're going to start feeling very frustrated during this time, and you might get bitter. Okay, you might be a bitter Betty. And then life starts to feel serious, and it's not fun when it's supposed to be fun in your 5th house. Okay, so this can make you lash out, be very impulsive, and even reckless. So be aware of that. Okay, so make sure you're not fighting this and you're rolling with the current. Cancer rising. Cancer rising, this is happening in your 4th house. Your house, this is your moon house. Okay, so with this energy, having heart-to-hearts with family, because it's a home and family, your foundation, things of that nature. So having heart-to-hearts with your family, with your lover, whoever you live with, your kids, you know, recognize that maybe there's some stocked up energy somewhere in your house. You might need to reorganize and shift the energy, feng shui, clean stuff up. That will allow the energy to circulate. Okay, maybe create more harmony, more comfortability within your home, like making, I don't know, adding extra pillows or blankets somewhere, or just making things cozy for you, because Lilith will be here and it will help you address any, I would say, any lingering family issues that you have, or boundaries that you've just been a little lackadaisical about. Okay, so you're not going to be polite about it. It's like you got to like put these things out there. Like, if someone's coming to your house, knocking on your door at 9 o'clock at night without no text, no phone call, and it keeps happening, it's like you allowed it, you allowed it, you allowed it. Now it's like, you know what? I'm gonna need you to call me, because you can't just pop up. I feel like this is a pop up. Don't just pop up. There's gonna be energy like that, okay? Because if you fight this, you're gonna end up feeling stuck, ungrounded in your own house, okay? And you might just be a person that could be avoiding your family dynamics. You're just like, I'm over it. And then it's going to cause a lot of tension. It's that energy of sweeping things under the rug. Home is supposed to feel like a sanctuary. If you're fighting this, it'll feel like a battlefield, and you don't want to be home. Especially, it could be very emotionally draining for you if you keep ignoring those problems when it comes to your foundation. Okay, Leo rising. Leo rising, this is happening. Oh, I gotta hurry up. Okay, let me go a little faster. Libra rising, this is going to be in your 3rd house of communication. Okay, this is a Mercury house. Okay, so work on balancing your communication style, how you speak. Speak with grace. Don't be afraid to go really deep, you know, thanks to Lilith. So it's a good time to really mend any misunderstandings, like be very black and white, be clear as possible. Find out the method of how someone, you know, can hear you. Is it through an email that's better? Is it through texting? Is it a voice clip? Is it FaceTime? Is it in person? What works for them? That can even help you smooth things over a little bit better, especially if you have issues with any type of close connections. If you're fighting this, you'll know if you're fighting it because you're ignoring how anyone comes across to you. You're ignoring what works best for someone to converse with you. You might have unnecessary drama all the time and just unclear communication. You can't keep things neutral. You know, that's when you know you're fighting something. So you got to speak up and lead, okay? If you're leading with confusion and tension, that means you're fighting something that you shouldn't be fighting. Virgo rising. This is happening in your 2nd house. So I would say how to work with this energy here. You might want to, let's see, review your finances and make decisions on seeing, like, are you getting paid for what you're worth right now? Right? Really think about that stuff. You know, let Lilith push that to, let Lilith kind of address that for you, like give you the energy to do that. So, you know, are you undervaluing yourself? You know, really check yourself too. Are you accepting less than you deserve? You know, these are the questions that might be arising for you if you're Virgo rising. So if you're fighting this, you might find yourself in stress with money right now. You keep ignoring, trying to find balance between spending and saving. Like, you can't, as soon as you get a check, you spend it, you know? So if you undervalue yourself right now. You might feel like resentment. You might feel like people are taking advantage of you, like walking all over you like a doormat. So where are you at on the totem pole? Libra rising. So Libra rising, this is your first house. This is yourself. This is identity. Okay. So this is your time to shine. Okay. Let yourself be seen. You have to let yourself be seen, but in a way that's really true to who you are. Okay. Lilith is going to push you to own, your own power without trying too hard. Okay. Without worrying too much, without judging yourself, without worrying about what other people might think of you. So you'll know if you're fighting this energy and not working with it. If you're fighting this, you may feel lost right now, okay? You might be wearing a mask. You might be wearing a facade. You might be avoiding stepping into your own truth. You could be having like an identity crisis right now. Like, who do I be? What's my brand? What am I talking about? What do I want to be known for? What's my footprint? You could be questioning yourself like that. You could be torn between maybe pleasing other people and being real, but that's only if you're fighting it right now, okay? Scorpio rising. I'm doing this as authentically as possible. I see. I know you're doing a great job. Scorpio rising. This is happening in your 12th house, okay? This is your spirituality, and this is hidden matters that could come to the surface. So to work with this energy, you may need to meditate. This is a Pisces house. You may need to journal. You have to really dive deep into your spiritual side during this time, okay? Really look at that foot right now. Not to be all worldly and earthly. It's time for you to really be spiritual right now, okay? Lilith is actually going to help you face anything hidden, any hidden fears, any unresolved issues. Lilith is really your strength right now. So this is your chance to really clear up any emotional baggage that you may have been holding on to, or things that have been weighing you down. It's time to speak up about it, okay? You will know if you're fighting this, Scorpio rising, because you'll be suppressing your inner world, okay? You're suppressing your inner world, and when you do that, it causes tons of anxiety, and you'll be so exhausted. You'll feel like you have no energy. You might feel overwhelmed by everything that you've been avoiding. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to deal with it. You just want to hide in a hole, and that can really cause you to have emotional breakdowns, and you don't want that. Right? Almost there, guys. Sag rising. So this is happening in your 11th house. This is your house of community, friendships, social groups, things of that nature. So it's all about networking for you. So to strengthen your connections right now is going to be key with your friends. Get involved in any type of group activities. You're welcome. Lilith can push you to get real about your friendships right now that are mutual. Okay, and it'll show you, have you been overextending yourself? Have you been people pleasing? It'll highlight that for you. You'll know if you're overexerting and there's no reciprocity. Okay, if you're fighting this right now, you'll know if you're fighting this because you might feel disconnected from community. You're not kicking with anybody, you're not hanging out with anybody, you're not dealing with anybody. You might start resenting your friends. You might have quarrels with friendships right now, or any ship that you're sailing. You don't want to address anything. You don't care. That's that ghosting energy. You might even be fake when it comes to group settings. Like, oh, I was invited to a party, but like you're just not into it. You really don't want to be there, but you have fear of FOMO. You want to see what happens and be nosy, but you really don't even care for these people. So it'll allow you to check yourself to see why you even have energy to be fake. Right? Because then you'll have social fallouts. So that's if you're fighting it. Cap rising. You got that right. Lilith has definitely helped me speak my piece. Yes, as many others too. Cap rising. This is happening in your 10th house. Okay. So use this Libra charm to really network, negotiate, build the most beautiful relationships around you if you can, as far as career in the money sector. Libra energy is going to help you break free from any limiting beliefs that you may have had about yourself as far as when it comes to working career. about what success looks like for you and things of that nature. So it'll allow you to be more authentic in a public sense. Okay. Now, if you're fighting this right now, you may be overworking yourself, becoming too obsessed with how other people perceive you right now. Like you really care about what someone thinks about you. So that's kind of you might be ignoring the fact of trying to find balance. You might be on burnout because you work over too much. You might even, it's at the point where if it's in your 10th house right now, if you're doing things, strange things for a piece of change and losing your integrity for your career's sake and to make $1, you know you're fighting this current right now, okay? Aquarius rising. This is going to be in your 9th house, you guys. So I would say stay open-minded, explore new philosophies, new ways of learning, new perspectives, new ideas, new beliefs. That Lilith energy is definitely going to inspire you to question the traditional way of thinking, how society made us think. You're going to be thinking another way to find your own unique, true path, okay? Learn things on your own, do your own research. So it's really also a good time to travel to do these things, to really expand your horizons, okay? You will notice if you're fighting this, you'll feel like you're stuck in some type of mental rut if you're fighting this right now. You might be super closed-minded. You don't want to hear what anybody else has to say. It's your way or the highway. You're avoiding experiencing anything new. You're avoiding change. You're just limiting your own growth. If you're doing all that means you're fighting the current. Go the other way, okay? And last but not least, we do have Pisces rising. Pisces rising, this is happening in your 8th house. So be willing to really dive deep, okay? Now, not only this house is about shared resources and also transformation for self, you're going to have to dive deep into your emotional and financial side of your relationships. What is your relationship with money? You know, even just your own emotions internally. Like, what are you dealing with right now? So use Lilith right now to really push you to get real about your intimate connections right now. And if you've been struggling with like any power dynamics during this time while Mercury's been in Libra. Now, you'll know if you're fighting this is because you're going to really feel stuck. You're going to feel very shallow in any intimate connections that you may hold right now at this time, okay? You might feel stressed out financially. You might be ignoring your need to have those deep conversations, or being intimate or trusting anybody, or just issues with money, issues with intimacy, which can definitely lead to like very big blow-ups later, okay? So, you guys, let's use this energy. Don't let it use you to find balance in whatever specific house for you that's playing out, that's highlighting, okay? Don't sleep on this. Keep it real with yourself. That way it's easy for you to keep it real with others. It's at that time period where it's your naked, raw, true self. Who's there, who's not, especially when it comes to relationships. So I hope this video helped you. Keep a journal on hand. You guys write down your dreams, write down your goals, write down a to-do list every single day, and just stay one foot in front of the other. It may not be easy. For some, it's easy. But if you're dealing with your real raw self and you're actually putting in the work, it's going to be a journey. So enjoy the journey. It's ups and downs. And remember, there's always light at the end. There's always something grand if you are persistent and consistent with making positive moves, healthy moves, non-toxic. It just takes work and it takes a little bit of time to heal. Okay? So let's go, everyone. It's time to shine and show up for yourself. Yes. And speak your piece without getting ratchet. It's not that hard. All right, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, turned on. I love you. I didn't have time for a reading. Maybe I'll come on tonight. We'll see. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button, click the like button, and share this out to someone that you know is struggling with their mental health. Peace.